Hi there, my name is Jonathan, and today I'm going to show you how to leverage Pinterest to drive free traffic to your Shopify store or your e-commerce store. Let's take a look. Okay, so I am in the Pinterest dashboard right here. As you can see here, I'm running a store, and this is basically in the online's women's niche. So there are certain things that you need to keep in mind when you're on Pinterest, right? So Pinterest is basically a search engine that you really want to leverage people's search terms and search intent to basically drive traffic from your infographics, from your pictures, occasionally your video as well. So the great thing about Pinterest is that all of these things here, all of these pins here, can basically direct to a site. So for example, this pin here, if I open it up, it will direct me to this site right here. It was the my-video, basically this site. So every single pin, it's something that is data that can be driven back to your website. So just keep in mind that you need to make and post engaging pins in your Pinterest page. So as you can see here, I'm just gonna go into my analytics portion. And so I only started this store about a month ago. But the thing is, I am driving traffic to my website and for free. So these are the stats. The general overall stats, as you can see, and this is really just over a month's worth, and I wasn't really active on Pinterest as well. The great thing about Pinterest is that if you post something, the post is just there for 3 to 7 months, as opposed to Instagram, where it's only a few minutes where it gets its reach. Pinterest basically allows the post to be recycled into other people's feed. So even though like 3 to 7 months down the road, you may have posted it, someone would still be able to see that in their feed. So I think that's very, very important as well, because you really want to move away from spending money on advertising, right? You want to collect your pixel data first, and then you want to retarget everybody that you have basically reached. So basically, Pinterest is very, very powerful, and in the sense that I only added these pins, I only added these photos into my page, and that's kind of the only downside to Pinterest, where it's at first it's very labor intensive. So as you quickly build up your audience, it'll be much easier. So as you can see here, although I'm not getting the clicks to my website, right? That's because my search terms here that are already optimized for my keywords. I'm going to show you at the end of the video how to find basically how to find terms that are really high search volume, such that you are able to also get more clicks as well. So these are basically products that are suited for winter, right? So I put them into my Pinterest profile basically 2 to 3 months before the peak season comes. So when peak season comes, Pinterest already knows that my keywords are in the database, and basically people are really searching for them. So they will generate much more clicks and much more saves in the future. So in the process, I'm just gonna be consistent with posting, and I'm just gonna let the impressions run. So the great thing about it is that, as you can see here, okay, so I'm just gonna go into profile. Okay. All right. So as you can see here, my daily impressions for this period, I was not even active at all, but I was still getting a healthy amount of free traffic and free impressions, and basically think of it as a PP ad on Facebook. It's just getting your reach out to as many people as possible. So even though I'm not getting any clicks or whatever, I'm still able to target these people, retarget these people using my Pinterest pixel in the future, and that is incredibly significant data that I can use at basically free cost. Okay, so I'm gonna go into people you reach. So as you can see here, although this is September 16, now it's October 2nd, right? So I'm just gonna go back 30 days just to show you I've not been active at all. So at this point, I've been gradually adding a few more pins to my Pinterest profile. But then again, the growth is not exponential, but it's still steadily increasing. As you can see, I'm getting 3,000 monthly viewers per month. And those are people that you can retarget back. So for example, if it gradually grows, you can expect 4,000 to 5,000 or even till 10,000 people that are viewing your profile every month. And that's very incredible data, because you're not spending a single dollar on it. You're just putting in time. Maybe you go ask your VA or ask your staff to do something, and just add a few pins to your profile every single day. Okay, so that's basically Pinterest analytics. The last one I want to show you is their new feature, which is Audience Insights, which really gives a lot of data in the sense that you really understand your customers very well. And it's so I'll just let you see over here. So these are all the data that Pinterest allows you to see of who is interacting with your pins basically. So I'm in a fashion niche, so I mean, of course it's fashion, and these are the affinity scores. And so basically, people who like women's fashion will generally also like these things. So this will really give you insight about what type of audiences you may want to target. So for example here, your gender here, right? is definitely female, and the age distribution, who is responding well to your pins or whatever, you can use this data and bring it into another advertising platform. So for example, I have this info on Pinterest. It's kind of my testing on Pinterest, and I know that because this responds well, these pins respond well to this age group, I can go target them on Facebook very effectively because I know it already responds well to the market. Okay, then there's also location as well as device. So it's a very general audience insights. So that's how you basically leverage Pinterest for free traffic over time. So basically, how would you go about doing this, right? So for example, if you were running a Shopify store, if you're a Shopify store, it's very easy. You can just add Pinterest to one of your pins. But if you're not, you can actually add rich pins to your website. So rich pins basically allow you to show a product where, okay, I can't show you right now. But basically, when you press on your pin, you can basically see your price, your product description. You basically can buy within Pinterest itself. And basically, to do this, you need to first add metadata to your content on your website. So for example, your e-commerce product store has your prices, your title tag, and etc. etc. All the basic stuff basically. So if you want to add your pins to become a rich pin, you can come in over here. It's called Rich Pin Validator. You can just search it up on Google. And then so basically, I actually have a website that I actually have a product. So I'm just gonna validate it, and so Pinterest will automatically run its algorithm, and basically it'll pull out all the data, all the metadata from my product page, which I've already put in. So as you can see here, I put down the price, put down the currency, product name. Yeah. So basically, all of the information here will be addressed and will be shown to whoever is seeing that pin in Pinterest. Okay. Yep. Yeah, so as you can see here, everything is synced up to my Shopify store, right? So if I open up one of these products, for example, immediately all of the information that is coming from my Shopify store will already be in here. So it's incredibly easy, okay? So the last thing that I'd like to show you is how to basically put in what types of products you will need to put on your Pinterest store so that you are experiencing exponential growth in the future. And the way that you do that is by using Google Trends basically. So you type in Google Trends, and so for example, if you want to add a few pins, because Pinterest, you are using keywords, right? It's basically a search engine. So you're putting in keywords to your pins that you're using, and you're using Google Trends to see what type of pins are actually worthwhile. So for example, because I know in the December time, it's winter. So I'm putting in a lot of winter clothing. So, I mean, obviously, wool jacket would definitely show up in the Google Trends. There's a lot of more search volume that is happening in the Google Trends, and yeah, basically a lot of search volume. So I know definitely, even though that the momentum for my pins, my impressions and analytics at this point is not as good as I want it to be, in the future, in the upcoming months, the thing is just gonna spike up. Okay. So as you can see here, wool jacket during the December period. Let's see if it loads. Yeah. So as you can see now, it's still a rather 50. At the 50 mark. So eventually when November comes, I know my numbers are just gonna spike up and there's traffic coming to my website. So Pinterest is a very, very safe tool, and it's a free tool as well. So the only downside is there is manual labor involved. There's no automation software for posting at the moment for Pinterest. So that is something that you just need to take note and prioritize your time in. Alright, that's about it for this Pinterest tutorial, and basically how to leverage Pinterest to get free traffic for your website so that you're able to reduce your advertising costs. And remember to always retarget your audiences. Alright, that's about it for this video. Feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you in the next one.